You can see the green lights are on. But of course, we are waiting as the fireworks go up here at the Knoxville Raceway. And that means they get to show you the greatest sign in all of motorsports. Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to witness a sight for sore eyes. The best drivers are on iRacing. 4Y, just for you to thank you for your attendance on YouTube this evening. In honor, get up on your feet and take some photos because this is a Kodak moment. Knoxville Raceway, they're lean, they're mean, they're 700 horses of man and machine. They're 4Y before they start to slip and slide. Here come the Cool Ray Coast to Coast Racing League Sprint Cars and the Mike Westbrook Memorial for the Knoxville Nationals. Let's hear you backstretch. Look at that view from the rear end of Preston of the pace truck driven by Preston Cranmer. Field moving down to 2x2, and once we get good, we should go green this time by. Hearing on John Short's end that the CPU restarted on him. Field is doubled up, back down to 2 wide, and this should be 1 lap to get the green flag. Preston Cranmer, Randy Shreves, Patrick Spangler, Brandon Templeton, John Hine, Josh Whiteman, Kurt Schatzer, Kevin Fry, Zach Neubauer, Jack Clevenger, Zach Chapman, Jarrett Culbertson, Ross Corinna, Terry Landis, Keith Jackson, Robert Satterfield, John Helms, Joe Canellis, Matthew Croak, Kyle Moonen, Andy Patton, Steven Bixler, Jeff Gardner, Steven Goldner. 47 laps. Who's it going to be? How's it going to be done? We're just moments away from finding out. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Shreves, Spangler, green flag, showtime. The Knoxville Nationals are green. Off at corner number 2, it's Randy Shreves that gets away with the advantage. Patrick Spangler falling back in second. Brandon Templeton runs in third. John Hine fourth. Josh Whiteman rounds out the top 5. Hine trying to get a run down to the inside on Templeton for position number 3. Templeton giving him just enough room off of corner number 2. Templeton getting away with the advantage just barely at the moment. Hine goes up the track, opens up the door for Josh Whiteman to try and take away position number 4. We can tell you John Short has gotten back in the session. Patrick Spangler, quickest car on track after two laps, 16.03. Starts to close in on Randy Shreves, 3.5 tenths behind. Kurt Schatzer right in 6th position. Jack Clevenger taking a peek underneath the spot. John Short has crashed it on the racetrack, and now we got Zach Chapman that's crashed. Yellow lights, not on just yet, and now they come out. Not what Scooby-Doo wanted at all. First caution of our feature is out. Had a look at the Malcolm Millrine replay to show you what happened. Racing with Kevin Fry as well as Jarrett Culbertson, as Culbertson just makes contact with Zach and just clips the inside wall. Right on board here with Scooby-Doo. Just the slightest of contacts, and now the question is, what does the right front suspension look like? And it actually looks pretty good. I don't think he'll really need a quick repair after that touch against the wall. Chapman does bring it into the work area. And we'll use this quick repair early with 40 laps to go. And back on the racetrack he goes. Single file restart coming up again in sprint car racing for the Coast to Coast Racing League. All restarts are single file.
Yeah, we're on one to go here, Marty, and this is a pretty good start from the guys up front here. Everybody seemed to be playing nice with each other here early on.
Ready to come back to the green flag as they're off at turn 2. Let's reset the field. Randy Shreves leads. Patrick Spangler second. Brandon Templeton is third. Josh Whiteman runs in fourth. John Hine rounds out the top 5. Kurt Schatzer sixth. Jack Clevenger seventh. Kevin Fry eighth. Jared Culbertson ninth. Ross Carina rounds out the top 10. Shreves is ready to bring the field back to the green flag. Here we go. Nice restart for the 56 of Shreves. Spangler takes it back in second. Templeton third. Whiteman fourth. Fifth is John Hine. Clevenger tried to peek underneath on Schatzer for 6. Does not work, though. Hine decides to go up on the cushion to see if he can get a run early on, as you see how the track has slickened up here at Knoxville. Hine looking downstairs on Whiteman for position number 4. Slide job for the professor. Whiteman counters it back. Whiteman on the big side, but a battle for the race lead breaking out. Here comes the high side banger and Patrick Spangler on Randy Shreves. Thinking about looking underneath, though, for the race lead. When this track is near 100% slick, this is Spangler's race to lose, but he leads at the line and slides up on Randy Shreves. Patrick Spangler goes to the point. Remember, that's your Renegade points that are coming on in. 3 wins on the season, and your defending Renegades champion. See if Shreves starts to fade back just a little. He still tries to hang in there on Patrick Spangler. Goodhart Racing just for 6th position, now making for 5th. Schatzer tries to slide up on both. Clevenger and Whiteman, they were 3 wide in turn number 4. That does not work out. Whiteman continues to hold on to 5th position, on board with John Hine from the rear end. Oh, hang on. Clevenger loose off of turn number 2. Makes a big save. Culbertson up the racetrack. He's running in 5th position. Schatzer trying to look underneath on Clevenger. Door is shut, though, by the 78. And a battle for the race lead. Shreves still staying in the fight with Patrick Spangler. A big surprise to not see Patrick Spangler with over a 1-second lead at the moment. Ross Carina losing a couple spots here at the moment. He battles Kurt Schatzer for 8th spot. Biggest mover of the race, caution. And we have got Kevin Fry around. That appears to be on turn number 4. Take a look at the Malcolm Mills mill riding replay and show you what happened to the Flying Fry. Down to the inside. Oh! Oh, man! Up and over after vicious contact from the other 21 car of John Helms, rather, actually. Let's watch that from another angle. The incident was in turn 2, my bad. Here's the counter. I just misjudged it. That's a bad wreck for Kevin. We had another wreck actually happen too with Steve Bixler. It did not put us under the caution flag. This was in the back of the pack. A couple of drivers using some provisionals, and Barker and Bixler hooked. 360 for Bixler. No caution was needed. Kevin Fry is in the work area. Just trying to get his car all fixed up. This is his quick repair, I believe he is using. Remember, he had to tow the car, so he's just waiting for tow time to finish up. Coming back to green, Patrick Spangler leads. Randy Shreve second. Brandon Templeton third. John Hine fourth. Jared Culbertson rounds out the top 5 from 11th up to 5th. We'll have 31 laps to go to come back to the green flag. Great restart from the high side. Banger as Shreves is second. Templeton third. Hine is in fourth. Culbertson fifth. Templeton looking down to the inside on Shreves for the runner-up position. 30 laps to go. A Renegade feature left at Knoxville. Jared Culbertson fifth, and you see down to the inside, Josh Whiteman on Clevenger. Clevenger shuts the door downstairs, but he goes up the track. Whiteman keeps it in the slick part down in the basement. And he holds on to P7. In front, John Hines got a challenge from Culbertson. That's on board with the Professor. Culbertson with a run underneath. That's on board with a 233. But the high side, though, the place to be at the moment. You got to remember as well, something we've learned from Knoxville. This is an easy place to bike the car too, because you've got these little BMX whoop section like ramps that could be a big hazard to the drivers. If you hit one big time, you go for a wild ride, but if you nail it perfectly, that's the sweet sauce, and you could lead to a big boost. Right now, Spangler has about a 1 second lead on Randy Shreves. Culbertson taking a peek underneath. He doesn't have the boost off of 2 to work. Culbertson pulls up to the left rear, takes it back instead. Trying to use that pull on the exit of the corner. Battle for 8th as well. John Helms in 9th position. Dealing with Keith Jackson. Back underneath he goes on the Boston Ross Corinna for 8th. Unfortunately, Helms could not go from 20th to 1st in 20 laps, but he is up 10 positions to 8th. 23 laps to complete. He's the second biggest mover in this race. Stephen Goldner is up 12 positions from 24th to 12th. And we know that Goldner is a hard charger. Go back to I-55 last season. The first time ever we were there, he got involved in a wreck, used a quick repair, went from the rear to the front on the low line, won the race. Brandon Templeton in third, and Hines got a run on the 31. Goes defensive. Hines up, oh, almost got the wall with the right rear sneaker. Culbertson, though, looks underneath. Battle for 4th position is on, and Clevenger looks to close in on it. Still working out well for the driver of the 71. Can't get underneath. Oh, contact with Templeton. That got so close, and because of that, Culbertson takes away 4th spot. Jared Culbertson up 7 positions from 11th to 4th. 20 laps to go. The Knoxville Nationals. Patrick Spangler continues to lead. The gap is down to under 0.7 of a second over Randy Shreves. Take a look at the track map here on your screen. They are just about maybe half a lap away under from lap
I love my new
traffic,
home.
perhaps. Back to the 3rd place battle between Templeton and Culbertson. And John Hine and John Helms battle it out for 5th spot. Helms is on the charge of 12 spots. Clevenger up to the wall, near contact between Clevenger and Helms. In the corner they go, oh, Templeton, hang on, contact with Helms. How in the world did Brandon not wreck it? That nearly got nasty, but he's fallen back to 7th because of that. And Kurt Schatzer now tries to attack, but Schatzer has to deal with Keith Jackson for 8th. Jackson tries the slide job and go 2 for 1. He's got it off at 2. Templeton's in big trouble. All the way back to 9. I think the steering's off on the 31. Templeton trying to thread the needle on Kurt Schatzer. Meanwhile, we go back to the battle for 4th between Hine and Helms. 16 laps left. Caution. And the caution's out for Kevin Fry and Zach Chapman, both on their side in what appears to be turn 1, and it is. Fry trying to get that back on all 4 wheels, but Kevin Fry's night likely done in the Knoxville Nationals. Here's the Malcolm's replay. Some good hard racing. Oh, man, and Chapman goes for the ride. Both on their side. Landis also involved. Same with Barker. That's just hard racing there, folks. 3 wide. It's tough here at Knoxville for sure. This is on board with Kevin. And then contact for Landis. Up he goes. And let's watch Zach. Yeah, there was actually contact from Joe Canales that we didn't see. A great shot to prove it there from Track Camps by Gourmet. It's fun, doing a great job there. Details in the description in that situation. Gonna be 15 laps to go. We take the green flag for the restart, and I don't think lap traffic will be a factor for the rest of this race. Now, Randy Shreves, we got to give him credit. He cut the gap down inch by inch. It was about a half second when the yellow flew. If we stay green for the rest of this race, could Randy Shreves be a factor for the Knoxville Nationals? We're about to find out. They're 1 and 2. Jarrett Culbertson is 3rd. John Hine 4th. John Helms up 13 positions from 18th. Jack Clevenger 6th. Keith Jackson 7th. Brandon Templeton 8th. Kurt Schatzer 9th. And Stephen Goldner up from 24th to 10th. Here we go. Back to green. Top shelf where Mama hides the cookies, and Spangler's gone. Culbertson trying to fight for 2nd. Nothing there on Shreves. John Hine trying to fight off John Helms for that 4th position. Helms diamonds the corner, gets 4th in the line, he nipped him. He's up 14 spots at the moment. The slider on Hine, it works. And now his next target is Jarrett Culbertson for 30, right on board with Mr. Helms. Look at him, just riding that cushion. Look how much he closed in on Jarrett Culbertson. Sends it underneath with the slider from Howley, takes away the podium spot. Big move from John Helms. Up into 30 goes. Culbertson back to 4th spot. Clevenger, meanwhile, trying to thread the needle on the 71 and the 233. Nothing working. Kurt Schatzer off with a nice run currently at the moment, but look at this. Keith Jackson, I believe, was having issues with the transponder at the moment. He's currently being scored in 20th spot. And a battle for 2nd. John Helms is on the charge for the runner-up spot with 10 laps to go. He takes it away from Randy Shreves. Down to under a 2nd. Let's compare the last 5 laps. John Helms appears to have the better car. He's been faster in the last 4 laps. Down to under 7 tenths. Spangler was a half second off the pace that last time. Here comes the 18. The high side banger may have a challenge from John Helms. 8 to go and he's right there. Look at how he's rolling that cushion. He's right there on Spangler. Down to the inside he goes for the lead. Tucks it back. John Helms knows he has a lot of time to work. 7 laps left in the Knoxville Nationals. Spangler hanging on for dear life for that race lead. The Renegades winner here earlier this season. Night 1 winner has a challenge. Here goes Helms underneath. Slide job from Helms. He's got it. Spangler fights it back underneath. 6 laps left. Challenge number 1 successful. They nearly get together. Spangler trying to ride the ramp off of turn number 2. Helms trying to get the run underneath. Here's the slider once again. Spangler knows it. Cuts it back underneath. At the line is John Helms. 5 laps to go in Knoxville. Spangler with the slider. Gets it there in turn 2. Helms fights it back. Could this be another Knoxville Nationals moment this time in the Coast to Coast Racing League? 4 laps to go. Spangler fights back underneath. He puts another slider up on the 18. He takes the race lead back. John Helms trying to fight it back though underneath. It's Slide Job City here in Knoxville, Iowa. Spangler trying inside, nothing. 3 laps to go. Spangler goes top shelf instead. Helms on the clear, he's got the lead. Spangler trying to fight it back though. Under a tenth of a second. Spangler goes for the slide job. Spangler leads it. Helms fights it back. 2 laps to go in Knoxville. An ultimate 1v1 showdown. Helms is trying to drive away with it. He's got a big lead. Spangler mistake up to 0.6 of a second. If Spangler wants the win, he's gonna have to go for it. White flag is out of the Knoxville Nationals for John Helms. He started in the 18th position. And, oh, he's out of gas! He's out of gas! Spangler goes to the lead. Spangler's out of gas. Can he cruise to the finish? Off for 4. Spangler wins it. Spangler cruises home. The high side banger. Another Knoxville moment. Patrick Spangler takes the win in one of the most unbelievable finishes you'll see in Coast to Coast history. Unbelievable. The fuel tanks coming down to the wire. You love it for Patrick Spangler and you hate it for John Helms. Half a lap away from the finish. And the crowd is going bananas. And Spangler, Clevenger, and Hine all need pushes to the end. Look at this. Keith Jackson helping out. Joe Canellis trying to help out Patrick Spangler. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before in a charity race.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm going to have to buy Terry Landis some Galen's popcorn to get me back.
Oh, my goodness.
I have never had to be pushed to the photo.
This is why.
Nuts.
This is why the charity races are unbelievable. Patrick Spangler is a Knoxville Nationals champion in the Coast to Coast Racing League. And
I
yes,
think the guys pushing us should stay in the victory and photobomb this picture. I don't know why my voice chat's not working in the game, but I'd love to be able to say that.
What an ending to this race. Randy Shreese, by the way, was going to finish second, but he ran out of gas at the end.
I ran out of gas. I ran out of gas coming out of turn 4, and obviously, man, I don't even know how the hell I ended up here.
Well,